Welcome to this review of Landsknecht Emporium's Gottfried langes Messer. It's the thick, blunt version.
The messer was paid for with my own money. The review is done on my own initiative and not at the request of anyone else. What I was looking for was another steel sparring messer. I have steel sparring messers from other manufacturers. They are good, but they've had some issues with edge durability. Making good sparring messers is difficult. If you make a messer that looks and handles the right way, and with edges thick enough to be durable, you may very well end up with a training tool that hits with all of the gentleness of a crowbar. On the other hand, if you make the blade long and thin, the edges can be thick enough to be durable, and you can still get plenty of flex in the blade. However, with an overly long and nimble blade, the handling changes, and you shouldn't be surprised when this also changes what techniques make sense in sparring. Getting messer-appropriate handling, safety, and durability in the same training tool isn't easy.
I placed the order in late 2019, and at the time of ordering, the stated delivery time was 3 months, and it also arrived within those 3 months. I do believe that the delivery time is longer now, though. Also at the time of ordering, the price was €270, including VAT, and the prices have gone up a bit, but the price is still good.
Instead of reading the stats for the Gottfried model, I'll just leave them here on screen. Pause the video for more time to read. The stated weight is most likely for the sharp version of the messer. What I have here is the thick, blunt version, which weighs 805 grams, so 50 grams more than the stated weight.
You can order this with a lot of different options, although this particular one is a pretty basic one. You can get 3 different types of edges. Sharp, which isn't really relevant because what I was looking for was a sparring messer, or a thin blunt or a thick blunt. This is the thick blunt version. I do have some other steel messers for sparring from other manufacturers, and although I like them, the primary downside of them has been edge durability, so that's a big reason why I went for the thick blunt in this case. You can get it as a right-handed or a left-handed version, and the thing that changes is which way the nozzle is on. You can also get a variety of different types of wood for the handle, and it is also possible to get it with a knuckle bow instead of a plain cross guard like this. And it is possible to get either a pommel or a pommel cap for this. Please note that if you do decide to go for that option, then this changes the length of your handle. So please check out what Landsknecht Emporium has written about the effect on handle length if you decide to go for a pommel option. The Gottfried model is a type M3C and is Landsknecht Emporium's latest messer model. It looks good, but if it was just a matter of looks, I do prefer the wider bladed Ginter model, and I do have a sharp version of that, and there's a link to a review of that in the description. The messer handles well, and all of the fittings are solid and no rattling or anything like that, and there are also no gaps between any of the pieces except maybe a tiny gap at the nozzle. The point is both rounded and thickened to make it reasonably safe for thrusting. The blade does have some flex to it, but it doesn't flex that much, so you will need to exercise a bit of control, especially when thrusting. The nozzle goes through and is peened on the back. It curves downwards, and it also gets wider towards the end. It has a heel which should make it a little bit more durable and resist bending better. We have a wood grip that is riveted straight onto the tang, and you have a rectangular cross section which makes it very easy to feel which way you are holding the messer, and the corners are rounded enough for it to be comfortable to hold. Possibly it's slightly on the thin side, but it is much easier to make a handle wider by, for example, cord wrapping it, than it is to make it thinner. Durability. I've had this for about 2 years, and so far the edge has stood up well. There are only very minor marks on it. There are also some minor marks on the crossguard, but again, they are very minor. Everything is still very solid, and there's still no rattling even after 2 years. One thing that did get damaged was the corner of the grip. It took a hit during sparring and a piece came loose, but that was a clean break and easy to glue back. Safety. This is Landsknecht Emporium's latest messer. It does have the tip that's both rounded and thickened. However, while it does have flex, it's not that much. So you will need to exercise a bit of control during sparring, especially when thrusting.
In summary, I'm very happy with this messer. It's been the messer I've used the most since getting it. It looks good, handles well, and has stood up well to sparring without any notable damage. It has enough flex to be reasonably safe, although you will still need to exercise control, especially when thrusting. While it has gotten a bit more expensive since I ordered, it's still a good price. The delivery time is also longer now, but it is worth the wait.